All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about what Terence Crawford's camp had to say about Errol Spence Jr. as we get closer, hopefully, to the fight between he and Terence Crawford. And this time, they're actually made a shocking admission. Not shocking to me, but it's only in the extent that they actually said it. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to be in the 147-pound division. There's a big fight going on tonight with Shakur Stevenson and Robinson Conceição, and the lead up to that fight, the trainer for a guy that's fighting on the undercard and Terence Crawford. And trust me, people want to say, why do I mention this stuff? Because sometimes I just want to say Keyshawn Davis's name and give props to these younger fighters who I don't really have a lot of time to make big videos about. Want to bring them into the conversation. So Shakur Stevenson's fighting on the undercard for this. Keyshawn Davis is fighting on this undercard, and so because of that, his trainer, Brian McIntyre, was asked questions about the Errol Spence Terence Crawford fight, and he makes some pretty interesting, actually, man, for me, a shocking admission about the fight, which is letting me know these dudes are starting to get a little bit more serious about this. Before I get into that and what I think it means, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are a longtime subscriber and supporter, if you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon so we can be notified, so you can be notified of when we release more videos, which we do on a daily basis. Thank you so much. Also, there is a super thanks button down there where you can donate to the channel by the comment section. If you so inclined to support the channel, would be greatly appreciated. All right, Bo Mack is not talking a lot of smack anymore. Mighty funny. After the Eubanks Ugas fight, people said yesterday, man, for now, when you get to the gist, I'm going to get to the gist of it pretty quick, the meat of the conversation. Look, man, Bo Mack, the trainer of Terence Crawford, used to be talking a lot of craziness about Errol Spence Jr. when the fight was a long way off. Now that we are closer to the fight and the fight looks like it actually may go down, he is being a lot more circumspect or conservative in more base Mace terms. He's talking a lot less SHIT than he was doing before. So specifically what I'm talking about is he was asked about preparing for Errol Spence Jr. and what he thought about it. And he also mentioned Jermell Charlo in the same statement. He's like, look, Errol Spence Jr. is going to be a very, very tough fight. It's going to be a hard fight. That dude he gave him all kind of credit for being a tough fight and saying, look, man, this dude is the real deal. We're going to have to, but is Bud in shape and ready, tactically ready, physically ready for it? Yeah, he's ready for it. That is a long shot from drunk ain't ish, right? We're gonna ruin this dude, demolish this dude, easy fight, and all the conversations that he had for years before that, right? Now, it is not, I don't think that it is just the fact that the fight got closer. I personally believe it's because of what Errol Spence Jr. looks like now versus what he looked like when those guys were saying that. Both from what other people have said and what I've seen and witnessed personally. First things first is that Eubanks Ugas fight. He went in there, and before that Eubanks Ugas fight, Bo Mack said that Eubanks Ugas had a chance to win that fight and that Eubanks Ugas was a monster. It was not going to be an easy fight for Errol Spence Jr., right? Highly praised Eubanks Ugas and Eubanks Ugas' ability to fight, right? He wasn't a flat-footed fighter that would not be able to get out of the way of Errol that was going to get knocked out. He was none of that, right? Now, interestingly enough, Eubanks Ugas wasn't that to anybody before that fight took place. He only became that after Errol Spence Jr. Had the fight stopped. I do believe it was in the sixth round, something like that, where the guy literally had a broken orbital bone, eyes swole up. Also heard that he had a broken rib, might have had a broken nose, right? It was only after that that a lot of people all of a sudden started talking about how flat-footed Yordenis Ugas was, and how the reason that, Yordenis Ugas wouldn't be able to win the fight, or it was an easy fight for Errol, is because he just chose to stand there. Amazing how it wasn't the case before the fight, but it became the fact after the fight. However, Bernie, I combined Bernie and Bomac, and I'm not editing these videos. Sorry about that. We just chopping it up. Bomac, right, is now basically giving the dude his credit, but obviously still saying, that Errol Spence Jr., that Terence Crawford is going to beat Errol Spence Jr. in the fight, which I will tell you, and let me give you a little pro Terence Crawford spiel in the middle of this video, just so you guys don't always think that I'm just so team Errol that I'm not. It's not like that. I'm just trying to I'm just trying to tell you what it is that I see, the observations that I make, and the thoughts that I have. I don't believe that Bomac doesn't believe that Terence Crawford can win that fight. Bomac has been with Terence Crawford his entire professional career. I do believe he was with him in the later stages of his amateur career. And Terence Crawford has not lost yet, and really hasn't come close to losing. He handles everybody in every challenge that Bomac has seen him in front of. So there's no reason really for Bomac to go in there and be like, whoa, I really, really think he's going to lose this fight to Errol, right? Because there's really been no real evidence that Terence Crawford has slipped, or that there's been challenges that cannot be overcome by Terence Crawford. I will say, though, that the same thing applies to Errol Spence in people's analysis of Errol Spence. When you listen to people say, the people that pick Errol Spence to win, and to be fair, you listen to the people that pick Terence Crawford to win, both sides of it, you have a lot of people saying, well, Errol's never seen anything like this. Errol's never seen anything like that. Right. But like Andre Ward said, Terence has never seen anything like that. Neither one of these guys have fought people that are at that caliber with that fight style. And both of them are going to be extremely, extremely confident at what they are. Both of those guys know how to make adjustments, and have made adjustments in the fight, and made adjustments between fights. One of the strengths of Terence Crawford has been making adjustments in the fight, without a doubt. Errol Spence Jr. over the last several years made adjustments outside the ring. And those adjustments that you make outside the ring very, very well may be just as powerful and significant as adjustments you make in the ring. So like I alluded to earlier in the video, and one of the things that Bomac, I'm sure, is aware of, because one of the famous things that he said is, a drunk ain't ish, right? Don't feel like straight out cussing, but you get my point. S-H-I-T. A drunk ain't S-H-I-T. And why did he say that? Because rumors had it that Errol Spence Jr. was at parties, he was drinking, he was blowing up in weight, right? Even before the Sean Porter fight, by Errol's admission, he got up to something like 190 pounds, right? When he should be walking around at about 160, less than 165 pounds, somewhere around there, right? So the man admitted that he was 25 pounds overweight. And so not only you're overweight, you're not conditioning. So your conditioning decreases, right? Then you got to spend a lot of time burning fat. He made that change. After the Sean Porter fight, he got in a car accident. He comes back, immediately gets to training, had to get himself back into the situation where he was in fighting shape, got himself in fighting shape against Danny Garcia, but not optimal shape. And then it looks like now, and I've seen him in between fights, that between Danny Garcia and Ugas, that he got himself in fighting shape. And now it looks like he's getting into fighting shape, and now he's going to be able to be, and he's had a fight recently, not a long layoff, where he is polished and he's sharper than he will be, probably going to be sharper against Terence Crawford than he was against Ugas. So those are all real threats, real things, just like Terence Crawford's a real thing. And I'm glad that all of this blatant dismissal of the qualities of Errol Spence Jr. have been put to the wayside in the lead up to the fight. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.